Hey everybody, I'm Chris from Ecofage Fabrication and VintageSwampCoolers.com. Over the last couple of years, I've developed the presses and plates necessary to recreate the parts to rebuild these vintage Thermador swamp coolers. I wanted to take this opportunity while I was building one of these to show you how these recoils usually fail and an easy way to fix them. I want to show you how these usually work. Usually you can't see this basket, so this is the benefit we have. Now what happens is when you wind the center rod and you tighten down the axle, you're actually setting the return location for this basket, so that then when you unwind it, it returns back. Oh, didn't tie a big enough knot. It returns back to the position that you set it. Now actually this is a good example to show you how we would fix this. What you need to do is access the back, loosen this axle again, and rotate the axle, which rewinds the basket. Set that again. Alright, try this again. Alright. Now, the biggest problem with these that you don't want to do is you don't want to store your cooler up on end like I was just then. Because what happens is this is spring loaded, and you can see how that loop did that? And what will happen is, if given the chance, this rope will drop down and actually go around the end of the basket, and then when you go to try to pull it, it's not emptying the basket, it's not recycling the basket. And one of the ways you can kind of tell that's happened is if you pull off your screen there and you can see your rope, then you know that's what's happened. So I'll show you what needs to happen is we need to completely unwind the basket. And I have done this without even removing the back end cap, just by taking the screen off and reaching in the hole and continuing to pull the string out. And the other thing I had to do was reach in and make sure I kept the rope on the edge here. But basically, if you can, by hand, keeping this rope out from the cooler, unwind this basket, all the way to the point where the rope resets, then you'll be all set. And while it is okay to store the swamp cooler in an upright position, especially when the rope is under tension, you need to be very careful while touching the rope when it's in the upright position. Too much playing with the rope and you're asking for trouble, because all it takes is 1 second of slack for this rope to get caught under the edge of the basket. And then the problem becomes you can't uncoil the basket when the rope's wrapped around the edge. So what you need to do is take off the end cap or reach in through the front and actually get this rope unhooked from the edge here. Keep unwinding the basket. Eventually it'll pop over the edge. You can recenter it, get it all the way out, and then you can allow the basket to retract on its own.
And I know what you might be thinking, I've got one of these firestones with no recoil in the 2 ropes. Well, unfortunately for you, this situation is made even worse by this, because one of the 2 ropes is always under less tension than the other. So if I were you, I probably would just go ahead and not store these firestone coolers in the upright position at all. And I do believe this is a known issue with these coolers, because some of the later models' inner end caps will actually have an access hole to facilitate in untangling your rope on the edge of the basket.
Well, I hope that was helpful to you guys. If it is, make sure you subscribe to me. Let me know by commenting in the video below. Share this video so some people can see what we're doing here with our swamp coolers. Subscribe if you're not already. Check out some of these other cool swamp cooler videos in this playlist down here. I'll catch you guys next time.